4, 3, 2, 1. Holy cow. Holy shit. That was way faster than I thought it was going to be. BFR cuffs on. Didn't even feel that. It's 15.6. Okay, running out of memory. Anyway, I have had BFR cuffs for a few years now, but have never really used them. Frankly, A, I didn't know what to do with them. And B, I was kind of freaked out by the whole stroking out. I guess it's an irrational fear. But I've been looking at Smart Tools, their BFR cuffs, and because over the winter they were blowing out 2 sets for the price of 1. Of course, that deal went away, and they're only blowing that out because they're coming out the version 4.0, which is way sleeker than what they had before. And I'm tempted to get one, but I had these manual cuffs, and I thought I'd just try them out. Cool thing about BFR and how it can work into my training is that it's great in theory for those days when you don't lift or exert yourself super heavy. One thing I didn't realize until recently is how great they are at recovery, to allow blood to flow back into, rush back into places. Ooh. After you have it, your limbs occluded. But it's the neat thing about BFR, as I'm learning, is that you can get a lot of benefit with less effort. You still need to lift hard, lift heavy, exert yourself, but you don't, when you use them, you don't have to go all out. In fact, it seems going all out is counterproductive. So, basically what I just did now was all out. So whether or not that really helps, who knows, but I just wanted to try it. I tried the rollers last night with about the same setting. I have these on now, maybe one more setting higher. But that was fine with 20 minutes. And actually, cycling is actually one of the sports that people recommend using these for, because you can do exactly what I'm doing now, is have some exertion. Well, not really that much exertion, but you can throttle your effort easily. Hard to do on a air bike or a rower, but on a cycle you can adjust the resistance and kind of cut down on your effort. So anyway, I'm gonna experiment more with these. It seems like a good time. Could have possibly done it earlier for my ANW training. Looks good for the arms. Oh, the other thing is with larger occlusion cuffs, just because of the fact that they're larger and I'm a smaller guy, I also wonder how much that'll affect it. It shouldn't. I'm not that small, but these with the armbands, if you saw them in one of my videos, me using them, they're very small, and it's only about an inch and a quarter wide. These are 2 inches wide. Anyway, I'm gonna do one more effort after a recovery. One. Okay, so just hopped off the bike. Not sure how the sound sounds because I'm still using the wireless mic and it's clipped to my bosom. Yeah, anyway, last couple of nights have been busy. Valentine's Day, birthday dinner, still got some workouts in. Like I said, rode the rollers yesterday and worked on some pike push-ups, which are great. They're basically inverted push-ups. Handstand push-ups, if you want to think of it that way, without having your feet on the wall. It's challenging in that respect of trying to maintain that pike position because your knees want to naturally bend. And also, what's really hard about them is that it's really hard on your rear delts and hard to not flip over. If you watch the video, you'll see why. I've only flipped over once. And it's when you get that balance point, just like in a handstand, that's like money. But then you go over it and you fall over. Anyway, it's like 65 degrees today. I got the garage door open. It's freaking amazing. I'm gonna make chicken tonight. I'm gonna do a little bit more working out. Anyway, yeah, I don't feel nearly as nauseous and disgusting as I normally feel after 2 efforts. So when I said I didn't feel so nauseous after that those sprints, I lied. As soon as I got off I laid down. As soon as I got off the ground, I felt nauseous as crap. Betsy's working late tonight. Well, worked late tonight and got home, and which kind of forced me to get off the floor. So what I just did there was an idea. First time I've done it. An idea I got from my friend Whitney Miller, a fellow contestant on ANW season 14. Right? Is that when I met Whitney? Might have been 13. Who knows? But she was doing this a change of grip pull-ups or lock-offs, and you're changing your grip, which I think is a cool idea because what I'm trying to work on is that grip and the stress it causes when you grip a bar and like not hang from a bar, but like constantly changing your grip, because it does feel different. And that's when I notice when, I'm going to the ninja gym and when I'm landing on the bar, it's like, ow, I'm not used to doing that. I'm used to holding on to a bar and doing my thing and then letting go, as opposed to going bam, or constantly changing your grip as you're moving through obstacle to obstacle. So I thought that was pretty cool. Only thing I didn't account for was that the K-pulley flywheel was banging against my shin, and I just needed to make sure if I fell off the bar that I didn't impale my leg on that. Anyway, cooking some chickens and I'm gonna do a couple more sets. This is actually pretty good. So I almost did 19 changes, which is like 10 per hand, and then I think I could do that. I was just distracted with not whacking my shin on that flywheel. Ooh, that's cool. 26, 13 per arm. Oh yeah, the BFR. Yeah, I like that. What's nice about the way I'm doing it here is my target zone is very small, so it kind of forces you to be like more deliberate about where you land your hand. Yeah, pretty cool. Thanks, Whitney. And kind of in the vein of what I was just doing, and a lot of my training for anything really, is that you gotta. In a perfect world, I'd work out at a ninja gym all the time, but the reality of that would be a 4-hour commitment every time I went out there. You know, an hour there, hour drive there, hour drive back without traffic, and then the workout. But that's just not realistic. And so I'm adapting with what I have to what I want to accomplish. You know, a lot of people might say, well, what Will's doing is not very good training. It's like, I probably would agree with that, but I'm trying to work within what I have and what fits in my life. And okay, it might not work for the ninja stuff, but where I can guarantee you it does work and did work is in my cycling. And this is the part I'm most proud of, and I forget that how I did it is that I am one of the only, I think I am the only guy, one of the top guys in the world that does not have a home velodrome, meaning I don't have a velodrome within 3.5 hours of my house. So I've done literally all my training in front of my house for the past 4 or 5 years at least minimum. I've never really trained at a track other than to go there for a weekend to race and maybe do some training like an early season camp. But I managed to be one of the best in the world at a sport that's extremely niche sport that is usually dependent on having a track because it's such a technical and such a I'm at a loss for words just because I'm tired. It's just such a specialized discipline in cycling. But I've managed to take, like what I just said about the ninja training, the fact that I don't live near a track. I was trying to raise a family. I was trying to stay married. I was trying to earn a living. Add all those things, and taking a 3.5 hour drive to a track to train for 2-3 hours, then drive back. That was a grueling day when I did do that, and wouldn't say I regretted it, but it was grueling, and I paid the price the next few days because I was just exhausted. So I adapted my training to fit what I had, and that was a relatively calm street in front of my house. There's plenty of traffic, but it's relatively calm. And man, you know, as actually a friend pointed out the other day, like, Will, you did that without having a home track, let alone not having a coach. I mentioned the fact that I didn't have a coach, but he said, but Will, you did that without a track. And yeah, so sure, it might not work for my ninja stuff, but it worked for me for cycling in track cycling, and I became the best in the country in my event, in my age, 2 years in a row, and a ton of silver medals to my name, and then, you know, a podium in the world championships. But yeah, so it doesn't work for everyone. It worked for me, so I'm the outlier for sure, but I proved that it is possible to do it. Anyway, I just thought I'd point that out as I was discussing my new training tool of alternating my grip, you know, and that's just part of my mindset. Like, sure, I can't go to the ninja gym. What do I need to work on? I need to work on my grip, and more importantly, the effects of landing on your hands when you're not used to landing on your hands, and I'm trying to condition that. So we'll see. And the bar traverse, that totally helped because, man, my hands felt great on Saturday. Anyway,